Been quite a brutal display here from Abhinav. Hit 3 boundaries in succession, a hat-trick of 4 so far in this over. It's been stylish and powerful at the same time. So really looked the part ever since getting to the crease. Wonderful bit of batting here. Abhinav into his 3rd over of the spell. You wonder if it's just an over too much. Tend to see this a lot of times if in the shorter format bowlers go for that 3 over spell. Isn't always resulting in success, especially with just 1 wicket to build off.
Delivery from around the wicket, striking the batsman outside the off stump.
So it's really been quite an interesting over when you look at the actual events of the over. 1 no ball, another no ball, 5 no ball, 4, 1 wide, and finally a dot. Abhinav starting off with 2 good overs, but just tiring a bit now. Not quite finding it as easy, and Abhinav certainly getting himself accustomed to what Abhinav has. Well, it's 2 Abhinavs actually.
Abhinav squared. So we're working our way to the end of over number 5. They won't be too unhappy with the amount of runs that they have scored here, Dylan. But I think what can be an issue is the fact that they have lost 2 wickets.
It's been a balanced start, you would see. Both teams would feel quite in it.
It's opening the fees, working it down to a backward point, and quick single taken. "26, 27 runs of Abhinav's 3 overs, and after 5, it's 39 for 2. It's very hot and humid across here in Houston. And I guess if you ever wanted to see snow, you wouldn't really book a ticket to Houston, would you?
It's certainly not part of the southern area of the United States, so you don't get too much snow in those areas. It's certainly a lot hotter and humid.
We've been at times to Houston where you're freezing. It's so cold. I guess it's the height of summer.
I do have to question it.
You can see it's a busy time here in the afternoon. The 290 expressway. A lot of vehicles just going about in either direction.
Certainly a unique aspect of viewing cricket in the US. So many highways just exist in the US that many of the stadiums just happen to be along them and tend to see traffic flow quite often. Also the open nature of the stadiums too.
Good pace, good bounce as well.
Bowler Baladitya.
I could take it. Baladitya. Oh, that's 4. Just got bat onto it. Third man was up in the circle. Calculated there. And into the boundary for 4.
Certainly been an aspect of his innings so far. He's not hit anything too expansive, but just looked to play good shots. This time looking to capitalize on the field placement. Also just emphasizing that the power play was so vital in the first game, so wanting to make as good use of it as they can, Michigan. Quite a cool area up in Michigan.
Driving. And a wonderful catch taken there at the mid-off. The third wicket has fallen.
Certainly I shouldn't have praised him before that.
Beautiful. So they've taken their third wicket here now. So he's in his first over here. Baladityak. What a name, Baladityak. First time I've heard it.
Many first times I've heard names here today. Baladitya Kathula.
Oh, the K is actually, I thought that was part of the first name. So it's Baladitya Katula. Reminds you of so many people in Kokie with similar names.
Seem to be in charge of producing those brooms. Might be a sweeper when we see Baladitya bat later. New batsman Ram Rapala. Just angled across, not wide enough. Don't want anything to do with it, Ram. Walked away. Enjoying himself so far, Katula.
Punched nicely. Down through backward point. Only get a single though. .44 for 3. That's one delivery to end the power play.
Final delivery of the power play.
Oh, that one came back in. It's a no ball. It's a good delivery though. No ball. A free hit coming up.
of extra bounce there, but
It did come back in as well, eh?
whatever extra effort he put in might have just brought him over the line. There's always discussions about those 3 wickets going down, and the power play always makes it more difficult for the batting team. Now, a bit of a reward for them now with this free hit.
So take a single, he's out caught, but it of course is a free hit. So at the end of the power play, it's 46 for 3.
New bowler into the attack, Ryan Taj. Left arm over the wicket and very full to start off.
Yeah, I think he was lucky not to. He's lucky that Darshan has just come into bat. Because the way he tossed that up was inviting, wasn't it?
He's brought a slip in play now. And nicely guided away past that slip fielder, but just gonna slow down as it makes its way towards the boundary. You just have to be careful. Those 3 wickets down, none of these batsmen would want to give away anymore. Was completely done in by that one. Nicely flighted and unable to pierce the infield.
Worked away. So another run, keeping it tight here at the moment. Brings the over to an end. So they've gone up to what? 51 is it now over 3? Our scorer is trying to catch up. New over. Baladitya. That's a good delivery. I like that delivery.
Has gotten decent bounce out of the surface.
Tarishan allows it to go by.
I've seen both these batsmen seem quite keen on leaving the ball. It may have been an earlier batsman, but I certainly saw multiple leaves throughout this innings. Continuing to cause all sorts of problems here, Baladitya.
Well, I've enjoyed this spell. Showing that he has something in him.
I've seen many left-arm pieces today. Baladitya as well as Akmal. They've led from the front.
Good piece. And Ram continues to struggle here. He's striking it at 50.
Similar to what we saw from Kevin this morning. Really unable to find the boundary or to push the innings forward. They would need to take a page out of the book of what we saw this morning as well.
Oh, that's a beautiful delivery. Let's have a look at that again. That swung, and the swing on it is what denied him a wicket. Look at this. Started there, and look where it ended up. Peach of a delivery. Ooh, that's a good piece. Impressive over there from Baladitya. And at the end of it, it's 52 for the loss of 3.
You see here as well, the innings really just plateauing off around that 6-7 over mark. Tends to happen in this phase of T20 matches, but as we saw in the first match, it'd be key to run those quick singles and turn them into doubles as well. And these runs proved vital in the end for Chicago Tigers. And that's going way up, very far up in the air. Fielder is only going to watch it land in front of him.
Well, two guys actually converged on it. In the end, neither could have effected the catch. Nice loop on that one. Just threw it in the air and allowed the wind to do everything else. Wind or the lack thereof. Putting short third man under pressure. They're going to get an overthrow here now.
There's lack of wind, lack of pace, and now lack of awareness in the field. Not the greatest throw. Well, backed up in the end. Again, loopy and into the offside. Just one this time. Look to utilize whatever air he could utilize Ryan, but hasn't quite worked out for him as yet. But he's creating chances.
Spark looking to drive. Too close to him to play that shot.
I'll say one thing I noticed was the spinners in the earlier game were all a bit taller. Ryan a bit shorter. Not getting as much out of the surface. He may not be trying to get as much. Certainly trying to pitch it up and continuing to. This time going up again in the offside. Lands between two fielders yet again. That's the end of the 9th over. It's 58 for 3.
Safely.
Seemed to pick his area well. He was aware of what he was doing, the batsman. Could have also just been some luck. So Ram is going to get back the strike, struggling a bit, 5 from 13. Well, getting very cheeky there. Hopefully he hasn't done himself any damage. Went really early. It was almost off the pitch by the time he played the shot, and lucky that it didn't end up going on to the stumps. Baladitya no doubt continuing his spell. So earlier actually when Abhinav was bowling, Abhinav Chowdhury was bowling, his first 2 overs were quite effective, and then he came back for a third. Baladitya hope that he doesn't suffer the same fate.
Just tugging this one along, but you look at the situation and you want to tell yourself that Dallas has this under some sort of control.
Definitely looks as if Dallas is in full control. Partnership between Darshan and Ram runs not quite flowing as they were before, especially when Abhinav was at the crease.
It's back of a length. So Baladitya continues to impress here, Dylan.
Continuing to just hit that good length, continuing to extract some good bounce as well. And
Yeah, that one seems to have landed on the seam.
it might just be that skillfulness of hitting the seam at different angles, throwing in the odd cross seamer as well.
Driving. It's only going to get a single, so he continues to keep it very tight here at the moment.
Again, Ram continuing to have a labored time out there. been really complete bowling from Dallas.
This time is an appeal from mid-off of all places. Head in the air, losing his shape there, Ram. Ram has really struggled. His 6 coming off, what, 16 deliveries, 15 deliveries.
Yeah, they need to find some different way of handling this.
I think what has happened is Ram is trying to play big shots because he's getting frustrated that he's not scoring. What he needs to do is to just get a single and get off strike. It's a good shot. So he gets off strike, but it's the end of the over. So at the end of it, at the end of the 10th over, it's the halfway stage of the innings, it's 61 for the loss of 3.
Ryan continues with a slip in place.
Beaten again.
Yeah, and he is really looking for those big shots, which is not going to work. So we saw first time around was that partnership in the middle overs that really was able to, well, and that's going to leg side. Just one more to the total. Just hitting it across the ground rather than through the air. Think of how many times he played and missed against previous bowler. It's Katula.
Gets it away for 1. They should be putting the field under pressure.
Certainly one of these batsmen need to, well, both of the batsmen need to define their roles.
Appeal for stumping. The umpire is unmoved. We'll have a look at that again. Yeah, nice loop, inviting him to come. Seemed to have been planted his back leg. So he invited him to come out of his and goes all the way for 6. Nice shot there by Ram, is it? Yes.
He's finally gotten one of those big shots away. What his team would hope is that results in confidence but not overconfidence. Well, that 6 has gone towards that direction of the forest behind the ground. It's taken some time to fetch, as we saw in the first game when it goes there.
Well, take them some while to get that and bring it back.
Now seeing them emerge with the ball.
That means they may be visiting your friends down there.
I'm wondering if that's the prairie down there.
One delivery to go in over number 11. A good over prior to that delivery.
So
Used his feet nicely and got to the pitch.
There's some clouds building up to the back as well.
Swing and a miss. So there are white clouds and hopefully no rain. So the end of 11:69 for 3.
Baladitya is gonna bowl his 4 overs straight through.
And why not? He's putting him on the back foot. You see. $70 for 3. Just 11 runs conceded by Baladitya. He's done a good job for Dallas.
The umpire just having a word with Darshan to stop Baladitya as he was running in.
Darshan and Ram looking to step it up here. Ram 14 of 21 on strike. Well, that's a wide down the leg side. So he'll want to end strongly here. Baladitya. Extremely long run. He's bowling at a good clip as well.
What the Michigan Cricket Stars would not want is to give away any wickets now at the end of his spell. They've already survived most of his spell and just given away one, even though he has continued to trouble them, so wouldn't want to have at least put in all that survival effort for nothing. Of course, only 20 overs, so as long as they see a ball to be put away, they still have to keep that in mind.
Down the ground. Fielder on rushing, attacking it. Cuts out one.
Darshan clips that one away, but straight towards the fielder in the deep. Again, just singles being hit by the batsman, not able to find the boundary.
I think they're in a period of consolidation here still. Both of them on one is on 15, one is on 16. You may want to take an over or two again. To stabilize things, create that foundation to attack at the back end.
That landed just in front of the fielder. Final delivery of Baladitya's spell. And up in the air this time again, but just one. 75 for 3 score after 12 overs.
So the players out there are really feeling the heat now, Dylan. It's what, mid-afternoon now?
Definitely see the effect of the heat wave
Yeah.
from this angle.
10 past 3 in the afternoon.
They just seem to be taking an impromptu drinks break. I'm quite surprised that we didn't have an official one at 10 overs for either of the games.
Well, just got a bulletin saying that rain is possible in the Waller area over the next few hours. 47%. That's a lot.
This is around 4 p.m. for me. But the percentage has continued to drop. So Ryan is also going to bowl his 4 overs unchanged. This partnership has worked for Dallas, so haven't seen the need to change it.
Stop the ground again, getting to the pitch of it.
One to the second run, but well fielded.
Sweeping from outside the off stump.
That's what Michigan would also have in mind is how the low total in the second innings in the first game, 98 was the final score, so they might not be looking at putting up a mammoth total from the onset. Just knowing that they have runs on the board might just be enough.
I think it looks as it looks at 140, 150 track though. There is something in there for the slow bowlers, but the fast bowlers have also held their own.
It's been difficult to really see whether it's been a surface more for the spinners or pieces.
I think it's a surface. Once you put in the work, you will get the rewards. Height away, and that's into the boundary. In fact, it's going all the way for 6.
Well, that's going right in front of Mangesh's private office.
Yep.
That would certainly make them feel better. You do see the grey outline and just in the background.
worked away running immediately. As the moment he played it, the shot, he was on the move.
Wide given there. It back to him. Keeping things tight here is the leg spinner, Ange Bouge. Keeper getting a bit excited there, breaking the stumps. But no real decision to appeal for.
Ange starts, stops, then continues down the leg side, and that should be signaled wide by the umpire. Easy single on the offside. End of the over. That over has gone. So they'll be trying here to get in these overs quickly. $89 for 3 now. proceedings here at the moment. This time he's in trouble, and the wicket taken. So they've now lost their 4th wicket, and just pushing out there, and he has to go. So it's now what, 89 for 4. This is the 15th over in progress. They're just reaching for that, they're losing power. Has to go.
They will stick on this longer.
On this one.
Now I reason.
So it's 89 for 4 in the 15th over. Dallas continues to have some measure of control here.
Well, just as we were thinking that these two are going to be able to recover, well, it has resulted in another wicket. Even the new bowler into the attack resulted in that as well. New batsman Vraj Tarak Desai. Good Yorker length delivery, just able to dig it out and get himself off the mark. It's now going to be the question of whether they allow for any more rebuilding or if they go a bit harder now. Wicket falling at a very difficult time for Michigan Cricket Stars. Adnit Jam, 1 for 1 so far.
Pushed away, looking for that quick single, and they'll get it.
Coming forward and well,
Nice bit of fielding. Let's have a look at that again there, Dylan.
acrobatic effort from Adnit Jam.
Whoa, really good. Special.
Leg spinner continues. Ange Bouge. A similar sort of bowling action to Rehan Ahmed. Likely to have a strong googly.
Quicker delivery. He was advancing down the track. He saw that. He pushed it through a bit quicker.
And flatter. Darshan on strike. He's had similar effort to what we saw in the first innings from Shiv and Kevin. Well, a bit lucky on that occasion. Made some room for himself and, well, had his stumps fully exposed, but was able to show it.
I don't like these shots. I don't know if you like them.
Well, certainly don't like them on this surface. Get out with those shots on this surface, it does look even worse. Well, it came directly at him. He's not too pleased with himself, but only himself to blame. Came back at a rapid pace.
Ooh, I think it was more him protecting himself.
Yeah, I don't think he could have done much about that. Seemed just disappointed where the ball was coming to him. It's going huge, and that's going into another ground. To get some more assistance fielding it. Came across outside his off stump and deposited full power the other direction on the leg side. And 16 overs now, and it's 101 for 4. Darshan going from strength to strength.
So Darshan has been in there for a while. 35 of 28. Down the ground.
Viraj really wanted a extra run there, but was off an overthrow, so well advised by Darshan. No need to lose a run out wicket now. Well, that was nothing but a no ball. Certainly never have intended to bowl it there. There's no question about that. Bonus run as well, we're able to sneak through. This time goes straight at the cameraman there.
That's 4. Cameraman ducking.
It was so big I thought it was guaranteed to be 6. So Vraj now gets in on the action. Good running now as well. Just like that, 8 runs in the over. Only halfway through the over, and just one big shot, but that recovery held them together well. Darshan especially has played a brilliant innings. Probably one of the best we've seen so far today, at this ground at least.
This time he's striking and striking well. That's 6.
No,
Is
it's
it?
not.
In fact, it's taken. Wow. Out of our sight, he's pulled it down.
Well, that's 2 times in the over that we thought something was going for 6 and it didn't. It's also the second time in this innings that I've put the kiss of death on a batsman going well.
Good catch though. Well taken.
Very happy with that display.
Mafia. Adnit gets the man. So it's 17th overs, 110 now for 5. So that will slow the progress, especially with Darshan leaving the arena.
It was certainly good composure from the bowler as well. He's just raving about how they got 8 runs in just 3 deliveries. They were going well in that over, but Adnit held his own and was able to provide that breakthrough when they needed it. It's now Aaron. Aaron Nadkani.
Too full, just tapping it away, looking for 2 here, and they should get it. It was a weighted shot, so some runs coming here towards the end, but wickets are also falling.
Has been a bit too full throughout the over, especially when we saw that 4. Brought it back a bit for the wicket, but again, maybe just looking for that Yorker.
New batsman gets going. Aaron.
So end of 17 overs. 113 for 5.
So just 3 overs to go. They'll be hoping to get up to about, again, that 140 mark. That seems to be a good score on this track.
Certainly would be one that they would feel confident in defending.
The weather is changing to the back of us.
It's definitely looks to be where it's going to come from. Three overs to go. Score stands at 113. Vraj Tarak and Aaron Nadkani at the crease. Vraj has definitely looked capable with bat in hand so far. Looked quite content with the strokes he's hit. Aaron not looked too bad himself. Adia is gonna wanna add some more wickets to his tally for his team. It's already looked good so far. Yeah, he seems to be really likes to hold that wider line. Haven't seen him go too often to target the stumps. They would definitely be looking towards that 140 sort of total. Maybe 130 you might settle for as well. Again, very wide and nicely fielded. You think about a delivery like that, quite wide. Not particularly full, but at this stage of the innings, whether you're a top order or middle order batsman, you want to try to push for another run, or even just try to guide that through the gaps. Of course, under 21 isn't really a youth or highly developed stage. Somewhere in between, you have those cricketers flowing from the under 19 level into the senior levels, and hope that those gap placement and finding is well developed at this stage. It's like there. Want to ensure that you, well, it's an extra run there. That's not how you would want to do it. Get those extra runs by taking a tumble at the pitch. Just need to have another look at that. Seemed to get a bit excited there. Well, the ball was just in his way. A bit of difficult surface there to deal with, so Raj not quite enjoying that area of the pitch. He's gonna smash that away, but again straight to the fielder. They do need to work on the gap finding, if I do say so myself. 117 for 5 after 18. There was an extra delivery remaining in the over there, so we've now completed the 18th over. I know something was bugging me there because I didn't think the over was completed, that previous delivery. So wonderful 4 to finish it off, and that's exactly what I was speaking about just a few deliveries before. Is you just get those fullish deliveries, wideish deliveries. There's always going to be a gap you could find on the offside. Generally, at this stage of the innings, you are going to put some more fielders on the leg side. It does open up those offside regions, but isn't always the easiest shots to play. But mightily effective at gaining those extra runs, gaining boundaries through gaps that you might not have even thought possible. In addition to, of course, pushing the fielders for those extra runs. Here's Jam to continue, and Tarak is really premeditating there. We're gonna have to have another look at that. That was he telegraphed that shot from another state. And just look at that. He went outside. I mean, just freeze frame that there. What is that? And comes across mightily. Maybe he just likes to have a sprint, and then again, what is that? I've never seen that sort of batting stance ever before. Then just in the end, it goes to quite simple. Hasn't done it before this delivery, but the shot has been quite expansive and straight to the fielder. Oh, what a catch that was. Well, Tarak getting very funky coming down to the end of his innings. And that fielder, we are going to have to get that fielder's number. We do need to praise that effort there. Brilliant stuff on the boundary line to keep his composure together. So, have a look now. Good length there. and did not get the full face of the bat, did not get full coverage of the bat. And that there taken almost coming from behind him, really, because he wasn't looking directly at his teammates, up in arms completely. Again, wickets coming at the time when the team needed the most. What we're gonna do now is just have a closer look at that. See where he took that from over his shoulder. Was not much in good view of the ball. Really worked for that effort. That was Ansh Boj there taking that catch. And some pretty good leg spin earlier as well, and now dipping into the team's efforts with that. Well, in all the excitement, had the wrong batsman get out. That was actually Aaron Nadkarni who dismissed that previous delivery. And a beautiful ball there. Adnet has also, he's come on much later in the innings, but seems to have a well-defined death bowling role. 3 for 14 as figures, quite outstanding. Again, driven now from Vedant, gets himself off the mark. And brings back Vraj Tarak to face the music. Vraj Tarak Desai. Look at the vital wickets that Adnet was able to claim. He was able to pick up Darshan, Ram Rapala and Nadkarni. Think about Darshan and Ram. Well, that's going straight back as an arrow. It's going all the way this time. Straight hits. We've seen quite a few today and they've been quite effective. That has gone up and that's gone way past any fielder's radar there. Trying the delivery of the penultimate over and that's going up again. But this time doesn't look like it has enough distance. Does it? No, it doesn't, but it hasn't hard enough to get it to the fielder. It was a difficult catch, but was coming directly at him. Didn't have to do too much in where he was situated. But there was a heave-ho. A lot of height on that. Not much distance, but yeah, he's trying to settle himself. Doesn't look completely confident. It pretty much came straight to hand. He just wasn't in a great position at that point, but he had the trajectory nailed down. Just didn't quite have the right coordination when the ball came to him. So 130 for 6 with 1 over to go now. So score looking quite good at this stage for Michigan Cricket Stars. They'd be pretty happy with this score given what we've seen on the surface in the first game. And still one more over to add to that. Abhinav to finish off. Where's that going? Just one. But vital innings here from Tarak as well. Actually the highest strike rate so far that we've seen throughout this innings. 20 from 13. But again, coming back to Adnet, took the wickets of Darshan and Ram, who were providing quite a lot of runs earlier on in their partnership. And now Desai taking over the mantle. No ball. It's been a tale of two halves for Abhinav. First 2 overs that he bowled, picked up a wicket, kept things tight. Third over went for quite a few runs, and now giving the Michigan Stars a bit extra incentive with that no ball. Free hit coming up now. Done well from a bowling perspective. Hit straight back, and the two fielders converge, restricting that to just 2. This innings from Tarak, similar to what we saw from Nikhil in our first game. Real extra impetus at the end of the innings. And that was a brilliantly bowled Yorker in the end. Just on the wide line, but not signalled from the umpire. I think he got it right as well. Again, great bowling now. Good comeback since that no ball. Definitely seems to have an understanding of his strengths. Seems to favour bowling that Yorker, and we saw from Adnit would have been more hitting a length. And then what we saw from Adia was keen on bowling a wider line. Flash through the offside this time. Well, seems as if he got it through for. I'm too sure where that ball went. Umpire is having a talk with batsman. That was a dismissal actually. Went straight to the fielder. So one delivery for these last two to face. Tarak still there. Went hard at it, but not able to get that past the fielder running to save it. They get 2 in the end. Final score 138 for 7 by the Michigan Cricket Stars. You'd see that given what we've seen from the surface, it's quite a decent score, so it's all up to how Dallas begin that second innings to see where this game will go. Things looking quite even at the halfway stage, so join us back in about 10 minutes or so for the second innings reply.